Right, so it's the 1st of February. We made it through January. Thank God for that. But if you're a three-stripe aficionado and you were hoping that your bank account would get a bit of a respite from Christmas, we'd have to think again, because this month we've seen the launch of the ZX8000 made in Germany, the whole kind of buzz and the hype around House of ZX. Then that was followed up by the ZX8000 JC and MT, get that right. And then on Thursday this week, I think, Thursday, Friday, there was the End Manchester Adidas collaboration, the kind of all-white shoe that frankly, I mean, it might be amazing, but you're going to have to take a very long-range weather forecast before you go out in them. The whole made in Germany piece means that effectively it's exactly what it says on the tin. Shoes are made in Germany. They're not made in those other famous landmarks of cobblering, if that's a word, China and Vietnam, etc. But the materials are meant to be much better, so on and so forth. And you pay a premium for that, around about 170, 180 quid, which I guess is fair enough. Anybody that has actually reviewed those shoes say they're amazing in hand, so if you got those, well done, good luck for you. So what we've got here is we've got two boxes. Now in terms of the first cab off the rank, which was the Aqua, well actually no, it was the Yellow Glow, I think I'm probably right in saying. So a very strange launch in terms of it was 5 p.m. on a Saturday. Not ideal, frankly, especially if you go into the football. So that was a bit of a kick in the dangly bits. But also there was this kind of whole wave thing where there was a few influencers who you had to follow them on their page. They launched a code. The code was a way that you could buy the shoes on Consortium. And then if you got them, you were provided with a code, which you then swap out, or sorry, pass on to a few mates. Kind of great idea in theory. I would love to know if anybody watching this got one of those codes and got the shoes, because all I heard on the socials, etc., was a complete and utter clusterfuck. But there you are. So I didn't get the yellow, but I did get lucky and get the Aqua in the 5 o'clock drop on Consortium. So I was a very lucky guy. I followed that up with, was it 2 weeks later, I think, that they then dropped in store and online. So I entered the raffle for a couple of various different players. I can't remember, I think it was End and Foot Patrol. Foot Patrol, I got the Yellow Glow. So I got extremely lucky, there's no doubt about it. But enough of my good fortune, let's get into the shoes. So here's the boxes. So these have been sitting around for a week or two, waiting for me to make this. So first one, obviously that was a Consortium from Adidas. So let's open this one up first of all. Yes, at this point I always tend to worry, have they sent the right size, have they sent the right shoe? It's a good start with the box. So let's launch that. So we have a box. There you go, the Consortium box with the respect is mutual on the side. Nice kind of textured box, and then we have, there you are. That's the end bit, and hopefully as you're reading that, it says UK 9.5, which it does. So okay, so far so good. So let's have a look. Plenty of wrapping paper, not apart from the, so you've got the kind of the standard Adidas yellowish goldish paper, but no, there's not any Consortium paper in there. But anyway, let's not get too emotional about it. And here we are. So, I mean, these subtlety is not their middle name with these ones. So there you've got the, let's move this forward a little bit. There's, you've got the side, there's the top, you've got the other side as well, the heel. Now I'm not sure about this ZX here. I'm guessing that might be a ZX thing. I'm not an expert in ZXs. The first pair I ever picked up, funnily enough, was the Offspring Mitre pair, and I loved them so much. I only got them about a month or so ago that suddenly I've become a big fan. And of course I'll then tell everybody I'm a big expert at it, which of course I'm not. So you get the additional lace stays there. More laces. No, one set of laces, maybe two. I think there's a purple pair floating around somewhere. This hang tag, which is kind of nice. Marcus Taylor, it's German, I'm guessing. And Jacques Chassagne, perfect German and French for you there. That's on the hand tag. I mean, initial impressions are they're really nice. You've got a kind of torsion sort of thing at the top there. And what's more, when you go onto the sole, there you've got the torsion bar. Now, rumour has it, with this gold torsion bar, Donald Trump entered all the raffles on the basis of he believed this to be pure solid gold, but I don't know if that's true or not. So there's the Aqua. They look amazing. You've got the ZX8000 on the side there. I'm not going to crap on too much about this because you know where you need to go if you want a more in-depth and professional review. Hello, Danny. Hello, Tony. So go and catch those guys out. Do I need to get the other one out? No, I don't think so. We'll save a bit of time there. So that's the Aqua. Let's have a look at the other one. Now, this could be a bit of a surprise. So these are the ones that arrived from Foot Patrol. When I picked this up after I got the knock at the door, saying they'd been delivered, they were like that. So this was open. So the flap was actually open. I've just stuck it back down again. So I'm sure that's just something that's happened in transit, but I half expect to open this up and find a pair of Dunlop Green Flash in there. So let's hope that's not the case. So here we go. Again, there's a Consortium box, so we're off to a good start. Exactly the same as the other one. I mean, I'm guessing that they're both called a JC and MT. You've not got one is the other. Right. It's interesting. Not sure about the colours it says on here, so this could be this could be as much of a clusterfuck as I think it will be. Anyway, you've got the side there again. The colouring here says sea white, sea white, sea white. Let's have a look. Here's the big reveal, so it's fine. I did have a mild panic there, but they are what I thought I bought. So there you go. That's the yellow glow pair. Quite why it says white, white, white on the side. Who knows? But you've got the top there. There's your other side. And in the back, no ZX on the back this time. I think these are a 1-to-1 So they're quite different from the Aqua. On first glance, if you saw them online, you'd probably think it's just a different colour, but it's not. So with this, it's more of a, I don't know if that's leather or nubuck across the top. And is it called rolled stitching? So whereas with this one, you can kind of see the stitching around the toe there. Well, if you look at it that way, you can see all the stitching on there. But if you look at this, you can see the difference there. It's all moulded, so it's been moulded in. Even the stripes themselves, there's no stitching on there. You can see the stitching on the stripes with this side. And on this one, nothing. So it's all kind of, I don't know how they've done it, fused together. Again, another hang tag. You've got the nice, I don't know if you can see that's a bit dark. Insole in there. Different tongue label as well, that you can see. But good news for Donald is you've got again the gold torsion bar. So I don't know if he went into the raffles for these as well. Strikes me as the kind of guy that would wander around with a very classy pair of trainers on. He's that sort of bloke, really, isn't he? So there we are. So that's the two shoes. They're both absolutely fantastic. Let's put one on top of the other like that. I think that's how the experts do it. I couldn't separate them in terms of what I think looks better. I think they're both amazing. I will be wearing the yellow ones. I've seen a few people saying, well, I'll just keep them in for display. These are coming out in summer, no doubt about it. Apparently this is all going to get creased up, but you know, what's the point in buying them if you're not going to wear them? So there we go. That's the ZX8000 MC and MT and C JC, get it right. If you want to know a bit more about the background to these, there's this book, From Sole to Sole, the Adidas Sneakers of Jacques Chassagne. And if you go into here, it's got all the sneakers that Jacques Chassagne was involved in. And when you turn to page 131, chapter 9, you get a whole piece here. Hope you can see that on torsion. So we go, bit of background to the technology, etc. Then you've got the various different models. You've got the 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 all across there. Bit of blurb from various different collectors, etc. That's the precursor. I don't know, is it the original? It might be the original of the ZX8000C, the Aqua, effectively. And there's a cutaway of the inside as well. So if you want all the background, etc., this is a great book to pick up, and I'm sure it's on a deal in Amazon. The one thing that I would have liked, I've missed out on, is there's the models of the two shoes, and you had to go in store, I think, to Offspring to actually get those. But they look great. I mean, if you're kind of collecting this sort of stuff, you love all of that. So if you did get one of those, drop a comment below. Let me know what they're like. So that's it. The 2026 off to a flyer. You've got the two ZX8000s, the MT and the JC. What a start. I think it's going to be an expensive year.